Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here at SF1. This is GP1 for our 7th race of the season so far in the short season calendar. We are at the Spanish Grand Prix located in Spain, Catalonia. I am joined by SF1 Tom, GP2 driver. Tom, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
All right, so what do you expect to happen on this race as you actually took on this track on Friday? It was a relatively clean race right up until the end, but yeah, talk us through what you expect to see tonight.
I expect to see the exact same thing. Everyone doing really well, clean race, then everything just unleashes on those old tyres at the end.
So this is typically a one stop or a two stop if you really prefer the traction. So the one stop is basically going to be your medium compound to the hard compound. However, if you do want to try to stretch it, you can do a hard compound to a soft compound. I don't think anybody's going to do that this evening. A lot of these guys got through in Q2 on the medium compound. A little bit of controversy, though, as we know, Hamp has a 5 grid spot penalty for a collision with Croce. It seemed that Croce crashed or spun, lost control of the car, and Hamp had unfortunately nowhere else to go, and they made contact and both got a 5 grid spot penalty for that. So it'll be interesting to see where Hamp qualifies, see if he can get himself further up this field so he doesn't get dropped too much. Right now, we're on board with Anton as he's going to set his benchmark in Q3. Let's actually jump on board with him, see how he attacks his track. Your teammate at stuff one Tom in that Ferrari suit. Attacking all of those curves going up the hill. That's a bit break. It's a little more curved than I would take, but handles the car quite well. Around, sets a purple sector. I believe he's the first one on track, so that sector will be purple, of course. Be interesting if anybody can challenge him for pole position, because this man constantly finds the time he needs. Stig in the chat. What's going on, Stig? Towers is in the chat. Good to see you there, Towers. Up to the second part of this track where the DRS zone is located. DRS is open for him. Gonna come up to this nice tight chicane, brakes at the 100-meter board. Easy on the throttle. You don't want the back end to spit out this curve right here. You want to make sure you don't hit all of it because it will spit the car out as well. As we saw a couple guys on Friday, that actually happened. Easy not to hit that red curve. A few more corners to navigate. He should be done. Very clean. Gets a little loose on the back there. Coming around the long right-hander. DRS is open. And he's going to set a 1:17.1. That is a fast lap. I believe Enzo was second. He's going to set a 17.3. Who's going to be next? It looks like it's going to be Tomo is going to set a 1:17.3. Absolute is going to set a 1:18.1. There's the racing point of K Badman. Sets a 1:18.8. Let's run down through. Who's going to be next? Raisin's actually going to cross the line. Crosses the line with a 1:17.5. I think he definitely has time to improve on that lap. Hamp is going to cross. He has invalidated, so he's going to have to go again. Coco pulls into the pits, and Benny's still sitting in the pits. So right now, a lot of these guys out on track are going to pull it back into the pits, have a cool down, and give it a go. Love making hard work for myself. Yeah, I was actually riding on board with you, Stig, when you pulled that maneuver. But nevertheless, Tom, who do you think is going to run down the top 3 this evening for Q3? All right, Tom is now with us. We'll get that prediction in just a bit. Anton's going to pull into the pits. It looks like Tomo's going somewhere. I'm not sure where. He's letting the racing point through. There's I think it says teammate too right there. So Tomo's taking the green part of the track, the very green part of the track. I believe these two are going to pull into the pits. Benny is now on an out lap, looking to set his qualifying lap in just a moment as he crosses going up this hill to the second DRS zone, Sector 2. So if you guys didn't want to see a really good battle in GP2 on Friday,
Hamp on his lap.
go back. Oh, look, Tom is back. He's joined us. You missed my question.
P6. Oh, did I? What was it?
What is your prediction? Who do you think is going to bag the top 3 in this Q3 session for Spain?
I reckon it'll be split. I reckon it'll be Ferrari, a McLaren, and a Mercedes.
Benny's going to start. You don't think Benny's going to make it up there?
Personally, I think his race pace is better than his quali pace.
So Benny is going to start his outlap, not his outlap, his actual bench lap. Usually in qualifying Q3, you have about 2 laps. However, I think he left it a bit late. I don't know if he's going to be able to get 2 laps in. Unless he's doing this lap, and then he's going to cool down and then give it another go instead of pulling into the pits. But well, right now we see a 17. Do you think we'll see a 16 this evening?
Could possibly be.
16 would not be out of the shadow of the realm for these guys that are driving. Very, very fast drivers. I'm looking at Harrison P5 currently. I wonder if he's going to try to press a little bit quicker. I know he's improved on his Q1 time. He set a 17.9, but so have the guys ahead of him. Raisin, Enzo, Tomo. Tomo really good to be up there in P2. All of them have pretty much improved on their time since Q1. So the track elevation is starting to get a little bit better. The track is getting rubbered. It's getting a little quicker. Benny invalidates, so he's going to pull into the pits. Coco's going to be the next guy. He is currently on a flyer. Let's ride with Coco. So it's a 51 for second 2. See if he can get himself further than P9. Oh, loses the back end of the car. Whoa.
He holds it though. Just.
He lost the back end. He did that in Q2 as well. Different part of the track, but he lost the back end. Wonder if he's riding with a lot of lower ride height, collecting those curves to spit the end car out. So he's going to have to cool those tires. He's going to do so by going into the pits. So 4 minutes and 25 seconds remain of this session. Is anybody? Hamp is coming out now. Looks like Harrison's out. Looks like he's going to give it an early go for a second run. Can he improve on this lap? Looks like Raisin is on a flyer as well. How about K Badman? Is he on a flyer? He is, and he's invalidated and crashed out. K Badman has crashed out of Q3. So that might see him starting this race around P10. But we're going to jump back to Raisin, who's on a flyer. He's actually going to come up to this yellow flag. That's right on board with Raisin. There is K Badman's Racing Point car. Harrison's going to follow. He's not. Oh, Harrison's invalidated his lap, so we're going to stick with Raisin. Anton has gone. There it is.
Raisin's invalidated.
There's your 16.
Oh, there it is.
Anton sets a 16.7. That is flying. I wonder if Tomo, Enzo, or Raisin, or Harrison, for that matter, are going to have anything to say about it. Can they have a set?
Both Harrison and Raisin are invalidated.
Yeah, so they're going to have to... Enzo is on an outlap, so Raisin's pulled into the pits. He's going to have an early comeback to go. Harrison's going to pull into the pits. That might be leaving it quite a bit late. Hamp is on a flyer as we speak, so we're going to ride with Hamp. Absolute's gearing up for his flyer. Coco's on an outlap as well as Benny. So already a bit of action going on in the Spain Grand Prix, just qualifying alone. So I believe, what was it? It's 33 laps, or is it 34 laps? I think it's 34 laps.
34 or 36, I actually can't remember.
I believe it's 34 for these drivers to navigate. I actually want to do myself a favor too, and look at where we are next week, because my short-term memory is the worst. Nevertheless, Hamp is gearing up to finish his line. Gets a little bit more curve than I think he would have liked to. It's going to cross with a 17.6, so he stays P5 for the time. Actually, he's improved from going to P5. He's going to pull over. No. Harrison now.
Anton from out the pits at 1 minute 30. Can he make it around the track in the 4 seconds spare than his lap time was? He's off now. He has 2 seconds spare. He has to do his lap in 1 minute 18 to do another lap. Can he do it? He's got to cut some corners somewhere.
So it seems the Toros are giving each other a bit of a tow down that backstretch. Tomo got a tow from Absolute to try to have a battle here with Anton's 116. Benny has retired from the session, so Benny not feeling this track right now, so he's retired into the pits. Can Tomo have a go at Anton? Is Anton gonna? No, Anton's invalidated. So this is gonna be interesting. Is Anton gonna try to not necessarily battle Tomo, but maybe throw him off his line just a bit? Tomo's the one right closest. Oh, and Tomo's invalidated.
That's it, over. It is over for Tomo.
Tomo is done.
Well.
Enzo and Raisin are the next to have a go here. Can they get themselves into the 16s and battle Anton's lightning fast time?
We've started with that now. I think you might have enough ERS to go. Yeah, Hamp's done our first lap as well. Harrison's also. I think everybody's currently on their lap now. I like Coco's.
Absolute is
hard to tell with this game.
Absolute is gonna pull it into the pits. He's done. So it's gonna be up to Raisin.
Top 7 can all change now.
Oh, Enzo's invalidated, so it's up to Raisin now.
Anton makes it. Anton makes it for his last turn. Enzo out. However, Raisin has purple sector 2 now. Could he just nail his third section and steal P1 from Anton? Looks likely.
I haven't seen any purple sectors set from Raisin just yet.
He's a purple sector 2, apparently.
Here we go. Can Raisin get the job done? Can he get a faster line? 16.7 is the target. There is 16. He's not going to do it. 17.4. So he stays P4. Tomo. Anton. Whoa, Anton. Who is that? Tomo. No, Tomo spins out.
That's Ham spun it as well.
Harrison goes P2. Harrison improves to 17.3.
Anton is the last one on the proper lap. And he's beating his time.
Oh my gosh. It's called rubbing salt into the wound. Here he goes. Is he going to improve? It's a 15 now. 16.7. So he does improve just by hair. Goes pole position. Tomo's going to pull it into the pits.
One way to glow.
Yeah, exactly. So Anton, ladies and gentlemen, puts up your pole position at the Spanish Grand Prix, followed by Harrison. Really snuck himself in at the last second, improved to a 17.3. Is he still on a? No, he's not. Okay. The way the speed his car is carrying, I thought he was on a lap. Tomo picks up P3, Enzo P4, Raisin P5. Good job by the two McLarens. Hamp, who is in 6th, is going to drop down to 11th for that 5 grid spot penalty. So Coco's going to move up to 6th. Absolute's going to move up to 7th. Badman up to 8th. Benny's going to be up to 9th. That means Hubdy's going to start this race in 10th position. But he'll have a free choice of tires. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run down this final run. There you have it, Anton P1. Following down the order, we have Harrison P2, Tomo P3, Enzo 4th, Raisin 5th, Hamp 6th, but will drop for that grid penalty. Coco is in 7th, Absolute 8th, Badman in 9th, and Benny couldn't unfortunately get a time in. He sits on this race P10, but he'll start P9 actually. Tomo, if it's a clip, make sure you send that into the stewards. Well, we're going to load into the grid, and we're going to give you guys a rundown of the championship points so far. All right, as these drivers will have a 5-minute complimentary break, we're going to give you guys the details on the championship once we load up. There it is. So these drivers do have a dry race. I forgot to mention that. I feel like these guys are having more dry races this season than they definitely did last season. But as
Last
you
season they
guys,
were wet galore.
yeah, I think it was 14 out of 21 races were wet. All right, but we're going to give you guys a look at the combined constructors. Here you have it. Toro right now leading this championship. And what the combined is you take GP1 and GP2's points as a team and you combine them together. Keeps the drivers, working as a team, keeps the commodity there. McLaren is in P2. However, their points just right now are a little bit off. I did have a little bit of a mishap with Carlos on this. So they're actually sitting on 436 points, not 422. The Red Bull running down the order is 333, sitting in third. Mercedes is fourth. Ferrari, SF1 Tom's team in fifth. Williams sixth. Reliant is in seventh. Racing Point eighth. Alpha is in ninth, and Haas sitting in P10. Well, we'll get that away for you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll show you what you really want to look at. That is a driver championship points. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new leader coming into this race. Harrison sits on top right now with 131 points, so the pressure is definitely on for him. Raising his championship rival, as well as Enzo, sit just behind him in P2, P3. Hamp is in P4, Tomo P5, Penny is in 6th, Not Y'all 7th, Absolute 8th, Shoof in 9th, Anton is in 10th. Going down the rest of the order, we have Stig in 11th, Goat, who unfortunately had a mishap. I will give you guys a heads up. Won't be able to make it for the rest of the season. Something happened with his Xbox. So Coco is in 13th, Dinner 14th, Pepsi is in 15th, Addict 16th. A long time. Wu is in 17th, Exia 18th, but Hubs is reserved for him once again this evening, so good to see Hubs here. Croce's in 19th, and K-Badman looking to get some more points, get himself further up this championship battle. But we'll leave that on for you guys, so you guys can have a ponder at it if you want.
I just realised who you're on about now. Don't worry.
What's that?
I wondered who you're on about then. I was like, oh, okay, I know who you're on about now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe that. That's still funny.
Lucky's in the chat. Good to see you, Lucky. Come on, Stig. Get your head down. Keep it going. Jet Motorsports, big ups for the Tomo. But we're gonna just let these guys have it. What time we have? We have 31 now, so should be about 34-ish. 33. I usually lose track with how long it takes me to run down those championship rounds. And I actually have this wrong, actually. It's round 7, not round 6. So that's my apologies. But, all right. Who do you think? I'm going to ask you. This is going to be a bit different. I always ask who's going to get the top 3 podium. Who do you think tonight, Tom, is going to be the biggest mover? Maybe even a driver of the day category.
Biggest move. Benny's in P10, correct?
What's that?
Lower now. Where's Benny at? Because there's some grid penalties.
He will be 9th.
Okay. I reckon he'll be one of the good movers. He'll move up at least 3, maybe 4. Trying to remember the grid. Dinner will make some good moves. I think Absolute will also make some moves. So he tends to have a good move throughout the track. And I reckon Hub Eddie will be up and down the order, personally. I think he'll be up right straight back down, then he'll rise up to the occasion and put into P7. Or I think you should keep that. Hub Eddie will finish P7.
Stig says it's going to be him.
Yeah, well, Stig, prove it. Show us your power.
Stig is on the pad tonight. I will give you that little information.
Pad isn't that bad. I'm on pad. It matches.
This track is his favorite track, and he has actually really good, outstanding time trial pace on this track. So instead of using the wheel this evening, he's decided he's going to go for pad just because he knows that he can really attack this track. Hopefully a little bit better than the qualifying, Stig, if you're listening to me. Be easy on the car. It looks like we're getting ready to go.
You want to see you the order, Stig. You better make it some good moves today.
But it looks like we're getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to set off with the formation lap, and then we'll wait for those 5 red lights to drop at the Spanish Grand Prix. 16 drivers are going to attack 34 laps. Is it going to be as chaotic as GP2 was on Friday? Only moments away from finding out. Gonna click this off as soon as we load in. All right, formation lap off on our way now. Anton sets this pace for this formation lap. Make sure everybody's on their way out. Looks like that's the case. Everybody is on their way. All right. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be intense. Gotta get rid of the track map just so everybody can see that, the full picture of the race. Let's give you guys a rundown on the compound, shall we? Everybody apart from 2 drivers are on the medium compounds. 2 drivers on the hard compounds, Ulster Stig and Hamp. So look, I'd say around lap 16, they should be able to bounce their way up. Maybe even take a few laps in the lead. Everybody who's jumping in for this race, evening, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining here with GP1 Spanish Grand Prix. Anton setting. It looks like everybody else behind them are really working on their tires, probably getting the temperature up as well as the brakes. I've noticed a lot of drivers sometimes will be more cautious about their tires rather than their brakes, but I'm going to be honest, if you are chucking it into turn 1 with cold brakes, it's not going to work out too well. But knowing these drivers, they know all too well what they're doing. SF1 Tom, are you ready for this race?
Oh, I'm more than ready.
Can Anton get a victory? Last 2 weekends in racing, he has crashed out, unfortunately. So look to have a nice bounce back. Everybody else is getting up to the line now to set this grid, ready to go racing.
Tell you what though, before we start, give Harrison a bit of a shout. He's had a lot more competition this season than last season, and he's really stepped it up. I think he's improved a lot more and still competing with these top drivers.
Yeah, this is only rookies starting this P2, but we're waiting for those 5 red lights. There they are.
On board with Enzo.
5 red lights are lit, and we are away for the Spanish Grand Prix. Here we go. Has Anton got a good start? Harrison gets a bit of a start. Tomo gets into P2. Harrison's going to follow him in P3. Are they going to keep it clean in turn 1? Harrison's going to go for inside look. Watch through. Mercedes got a bit of a pouch, I think, in plate. Here we go. Anton leading, Tomo P2, Harrison P3, 2 McLarens fighting it out. Ooh, one of the McLarens almost lost control of the car. Absolute's right behind him. In that Toro Rosso, a couple guys getting bounced up together. They have the race support of K-Batman. There is Coco on the inside. K-Batman gets squeezed just a bit. These guys are keeping it really clean, though, going in the first lap. A little bit of contact here and there, but nothing I can see that's super damaging. All right, jumping through here. Anton still leads. Going into this tight hairpin. Tomo's right there. Can Tomo have a nice attack on Anton this race? Harrison P3. His championship battle rivals are right behind him, so a little bit of nervousness is, I think, going to keep him on his toes. Here we go. Running.
A lot of moves into lap 1. Only a few changes.
We'll get that delta right back up for you guys. Looking at Raisin and Enzo swapping positions. I think Enzo knows that Raisin has a good chance to catch Harrison. I think Enzo's going to use his toe as Hubby and Schuf make a little bit of a switch here in the back. P10 and P11 respectively. However, Ruzia goes really wide. He almost collected the gravel there. That would have been a little bit dangerous. I think he would have lost full control of his car. So these guys doing really well. Taking a look at the gaps and the deltas. Everybody's still super close. However, Hubby and Schuf are really close.
Oh, crown switch over again.
What's that?
McLaren's have switched again.
Have
I
they?
believe. I think so. It says so.
Raisin's still in front of Enzo. However, Harrison's
My Delta's lying to me.
putting on some speed to catch and hold on to the back of Tomo. Tomo's right there with Anton though. So these guys should have DRS available to them after they cross the line here. This will be the third lap of this race. Anton pulls to the inside to try and hold on. Tomo sets the fastest lap of the race, so he's really putting his throttle down. Anybody else super close. However, Absolute starting to lose a bit of the tail to the two McLarens ahead. Coco's right behind Absolute. He's going to think about it. He does not. Holds behind the Toro Rosso. And Ruzia gets around Hubdy. Hubdy has lost control. I wonder if there's a bit of contact. No damage though, so he can continue. Oh man, this is gonna be a bit spicy. Let's ride on with Shuba as he's battling Benny and K-Badman as well as Coco and Absolute there. This train of cars for P6. Taking all of that curve. DRS should be open just about now. Yes, as you can see, a lot of those rear end flaps are coming open. This K-Badman is right behind Absolute. Ooh, I thought that was close. Good shot here. Oh, they took it off. How are the guys at the top? They are trying to hold on. Tomo should have DRS on Anton if he's caught the line. He got a little bit wide there, though. Harrison might have a run on Tomo. Anton sets another fast lap of the race, 121.3. Harrison does have DRS. Yellow sector 3. What has happened to third dinner? Oh no. As Coco gets around Absolute side by side. Absolute's gonna cut the corner a bit. Ooh, that was close. Let's ride on with K-Badman as we see these two battling. Coco, the Ferrari, going against the Toro Rosso. They're gonna go side by side into this turn. Again, this is helping K-Badman pull right up behind them. However, Benny's not too far off as well. We're gonna ride with Benny for just a sec. Looks like Coco locks up the front left just a bit. Oh, there's a train of cars, Tom. Enzo gets a 3-second time penalty from Absolute back to, I think it's...
K-Badman went to the gravel there.
K-Badman loses out to Benny.
Benny's got through.
Look at this train of cars, ladies and gentlemen.
Does K-Badman make a bit of a dive on the outside?
Benny goes for the inside move around. K-Badman makes it stick just about. Ruzia is really picking up this pack as well. Gap at the top. Harrison is starting to pull the gap between himself and Tomo down just a bit. Can he have a move on Tomo this time around? DRS is open. He is pushing. Is he going to make a move? Is he going to think about it? No, I think he's going to hold. No, he's going to take the dive. Side by side they go. Just a bit of a squeeze. But he does have to back out of it and let Tomo through. He was back just a bit far. I think that was a brave move. Here we are. Coco and Absolute still going after it. However, Benny's right there. Oh, there's a bit of a touch. Oh. Benny's going to think about going for it. Woo! That was a bit of... There's an end plate missing. Who is it? I think it's got to be Absolute's. Is it his... Yeah, it's his end plate. It's the Toro Rosso. Oh, Ruzia. Something's happened to Ruzia. He's off. So that puts also Stig up to 13. Dinner's up to 12. Hamp is up to 11.
Look at the gap from P5 down to P6.
I know.
They are escaping. This whole train of fighting is not giving them any pace at this point.
So now Benny leads this pack with Coco just behind. Coco almost has the gearbox tapped a bit by the Red Bull driver. This is so much going on. Oh, this is one of these races where I can't wait to have the pit stop just to give myself a bit of a relaxing break.
But Anton has now gotten out of that DRS zone, and Tomo and Harrison are still in DRS zone along with the two McLarens behind them.
Raisin's right behind Harrison as well. As Harrison goes a bit wide, he's got to go on the escape route. You got to be careful with that. You will get a penalty for doing that in this game. They'll give you a couple of warnings first.
Raisin goes very wide.
Enzo's picking up the pack. Here we have Absolute and Hamp going after it. The two sister cars of the Red Bull and the Toro Rosso. Is Absolute going to think about it? No, he's going to hold behind Hamp. I think Absolute's battling a little bit of understeer with that end plate being missing on his front wing. Stig has gotten around third dinner at some point. Oh, there's Daguerre on the chat. Nice to see you, Daguerre. I gotta keep it. I mean, these guys are all super close, but however, TX3 Racing is just behind his championship rival of Harrison. He will have DRS this time around too on him, but Harrison's gonna still have it on Tomo. Is any of these guys going to get close enough to make a move? Harrison gets a really clean run out of there. He might have a run on Tomo again. Is he going to have a better run this time around?
Tomo's using the zeros a lot.
He's going to do it through.
In or out.
Harrison's going to go to the outside. Looks like Harrison holds on. Ooh, there's a bit of a touch. He got his way through. However, Raisin's thinking about it.
Raisin's going to have the inside here. He will not give this up now. He's got it. Someone could lose out twice in two corners.
Side by side they go.
On the outside, but Raisin's got the traction.
Ooh, who's Raisin got? Ooh,
too wide. Oh, oh, that was a touch.
That was a touch. Enzo's through.
Enzo takes advantage.
This battle for P3 is heating up. Actually, it's P2. As you guys can see, Anton's not too far off. Harrison can see him. He's right there. You can see him right on his... Tomo has now, he does have two McLarens just behind him. This is going to get exciting. All right. Lap 7 of 33. Actually, lap 8 of 33. Can Enzo make a move on Tomo? Is he close enough? He's a little too far back. His teammate Raisin's a little too far back.
Tomo's getting really close to Harrison now. Not close enough.
Gap now at the top between Harrison and Anton. 2.4 seconds. Can Harrison bring that gap down? Tomo is holding on to P3, which is allowing
him to go very wide. Oh, he's going to run on his teammate now.
I did just catch that.
Make smart.
Hamp gets a 3-second time
penalty. He's done that
penalty.
twice. That's his new line. Still nice and wide to get a better exit.
Look at Coco. Can he have a move on that line of Benny? Hamp, or Shoof, his teammate in the Red Bull, is not too far off. K-Badman. Besides a couple of contact points here, we've only seen damage from one driver, and that's Absolute, who you can see is really starting to battle that car. He has a pack of cars of Stig, third dinner, and Aruzio just behind him. And here goes Stig. He's going to have DRS on Absolute. He's going to send one. No, he's going to back off. Ooh, Aruzio was thinking about maybe...
I think Tomo might be able to have a move on Harrison down the straight, so he's had a very good exit. Very good last
6/10 off. I think he's usually...
Is the DRS going?
I don't know. Enzo might have a better run on him than Tomo does, because Enzo's really close. Is he going to make a move here?
I don't think Enzo's got it. Enzo can't get
Enzo pulls back. Is this an interesting track? Because
Anton's slowly pulling again.
It's 2.7 now. It was 2.4 last time at this time in the race. This track is a very interesting track because you do have a lot of straight line speed, one of the longer straights in Formula One, but then you have a lot of technical corners. So you have to kind of find that balance between downforce and corner speed.
I'm going to put this out there though. If you include Anton into the battle for P top 5, we have a top 5 battle. We have P6 to P10 battle, and we have a P11 to P14 battle, and then the other two backliners.
Oh, Dinner and Absolute.
3
side by side.
Whole race.
We're gonna ride with it. Ruzia as we go into this section or DRS. Absolute does have it. So also Stig has gotten himself through. And Ruzia getting himself closer. Very tricky sector 3. Pretty much best to kind of hold it behind the car ahead of you if you're battling for a position, because there's really no place to pass on this sector. But Arusi is lining up Absolute. Can he get a good run with the DRS and get around Absolute? He's gotten a really good run, a better run. Here goes DRS for Absolute, or both Absolute and Arusi. Benny and Schuf
does not have the straight line speed. Absolute has the speed set up, I think.
I don't know.
I think Arusi got to make it through the corners.
So yeah, you can definitely tell Arusi's running a lot of downforce in that car. See, he's going to pull right behind. Absolutely, he's going to think about making a move on the hill. He thought about it. He backed out of it.
Hubby in the pits.
Hubby's in the pits. He's going to pit for a new front wing as well as the hard compound. They should be able to take those to the end. That'll be roughly about 23 laps, which are doable. I think the hards will stay on for about 25 laps. Who else?
Jim McLaren's up, starting to pressurise Tomo now, and Harrison's got just a bit of a gap going now. Not quite a second yet, but it's getting close.
Gap at the top, Anton, 3.3 seconds.
Harrison's got a break free of DRS.
And he sets a new fast lap. Here goes Enzo. Can he have a run on Tomo? He just doesn't have the straight line speed.
He did the breaking point though. What? This is gearbox now. All about the line here. Might have got even pace. It's a bit wide. Nah, he ain't with this. You can tell who's running corner setup and who's running straight line speed setup.
Yeah, definitely. As Schuf gets a 3-second time penalty. Schuf is in P6 right now.
Schuf is the biggest mover. Schuf is the biggest mover so far.
Actually, yeah, let's give you guys a rundown of the biggest movers. We have position changes. We have
Schuf have not moved.
They have not. So Schuf up 6 positions, Benny up 2 positions, Hamp's up 1, Stig is up 3, as well as Dinner and Croce is up 3. Biggest losers, unfortunately, so far is Absolute's down 8 positions. Hubby's down 6 positions. Only 2 guys have made a pit stop so far. It's Hubby and Absolute. We're going to go back to the tires. It looks like Absolute and Hubby are going to take those tires to the end. The 2 McLarens now really close to each other.
Could I ask a quick question from Codemasters? How Crouchy, there's 16 drivers, either people or teams, so you could have started P16. How has he gained 3 places in 2 moves?
No idea. I think that they both pitted and he went through. That's the only thing I can think of. So Schuf actually Raisin dives in the pits for the early pit stop for the hard compound. Hopefully he, where's he gonna come out at? Stig's gonna go through. He's gonna have a bit of traffic ahead of him because Stig and I believe Hamp are both on the hard compounds, so they're gonna stay out for quite a bit longer than these guys on the medium compounds.
Harrison can't quite shake Tomo from the DRS zone. He's just sticking with it now. I think Harrison's slowly starting to struggle on those tyres as Tomo's may have saved us a bit more.
11 laps so far. Those tires will last about 15 or 16 laps, but depending on how hard you're attacking the track, they can be cooking you time to get yourself into those pits.
Do you think Raisin's pit stop's going to trigger anyone else to go for the pits now?
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if we're even going to see a safety car at this point. These guys have been a contact, wheel-to-wheel action, but I mean, these guys they're racing, and they're racing really well this evening.
Yeah, oh, here it goes. Harrison.
Here we go. Chain reaction, Harrison's in the pits. Is anybody going to speed into the pits?
Anton does stay out.
He does.
To extend his lead of the track. Schuf comes in. We do have Benny staying out, Coco staying out. Coco could have a good run on Benny here, run board.
Schuf gets a 5 second for speeding in the pit lane.
It goes Coco down the pit straight on Benny. Benny does not have the DRS. Goes defensive.
Here's Dinner working on also stick too. He's gonna get him here. They're gonna have a couple people coming out of the pits as well.
This is the first time.
This is really tight.
Ferrari at SF1, P1, P2.
Oh, that was so close.
Moving on.
Stig and Dinner get themselves through.
Yeah, Stig all over Dinner.
Dinner actually passed him on that straightaway, but a lot of guys were coming out of the pits. Oh, Stig gonna have a comeback. Harrison was really lucky to get out before that pack caught him.
So it goes deep. Goes for the gap. Oh, this is really close now.
However, this is going to help Tomo or the McLarens behind him, because they're on a fresh set of hards battling these two guys, one on the medium, one on the old hard compound. And Harrison, this is going to help Harrison kind of slightly pull away. As Tomo thought about making a move on Ulster Stig. Tucks out of it. Stig's got to hold on to the back of,
Anton is now in the pits.
Is Coco gonna? No, Coco stays out. No, he's gonna pull in the pits. They're gonna double stack. And Benny pulls in the pits as well. So Harrison,
that's not good.
Can he get himself through? Where's Anton is out now. Where's Harrison? He's still relatively behind him. Stig and Tomo gonna go after it.
McLaren.
Ooh, side by side they go.
Enzo, but they're still side by side.
Stig really holding on to that car as much as he can on old horns compared to new hard tires. Tomo's gonna think about making a move on the inside here. Stig kind of holds the car a bit wide, as I think there was a bit of contact there.
Side by side.
Benny gets a 3-second time penalty, still side by side.
He's being squeezed. He always got the traction, though. And he's through.
Oh, don't go side by side up this hill. That's spelling disaster.
Our new leader, Hamilton, on the hard compound tire.
Can he battle Anton for a little bit and help Harrison catch him up? However, I got to keep my eye on this battle back here. These guys are all super close. We have Ruzia that's just behind him. We're going to actually ride on board with Enzo, see how this goes on. Raisin's thinking about making a move on Dinner. Is he going to pit the car on the inside? He thinks about it.
Wants to make this P1 now.
Dinner's giving him the space. Dinner's going to pull to the pits.
Oh, hold on. A Red Bull and a Haas may have collided there. They seem to be quite slow for that section, but I think they're all okay.
Two McLarens are fighting here. Enzo racing side by side. Ooh, Digar's watching. I bet he's a bit nervous. Ruzi's going to think about making a move through.
Raisin's lost.
Raisin's lost out of that battle.
I'll give that a record, just in case.
Ooh, that was close. That was a bit dicey. Stig doing all he can to keep.
I think Anton did benefit from staying out because he had all the clean air in the world. I think he's got a 5-second gap from a 3-second gap, so he's gained a second out of that or two. However, Harrison is not far behind, and will be on a charge now with a bit of clean air.
When do you think Hamp and Ulster Stig are going to pit for those medium compounds?
Ooh, I want to say lap 23. I reckon what they might do, they might go to lap 20, 23 and go for the softs.
Do you think those soft compounds are going to last that long? As Anton sets the fastest lap of the race on a hard compound with a 120.5. I know I always relatively thought that soft compound here was a bit of a dicey call because they can last maybe...
Yeah, they wear away.
Like 6 laps and they're toast. So, I mean, if you do want to move to the soft compound, you really have to start taking care of your hard compound tires now. If I'm, Ulster Stig or Hamp. Running through. Let's jump through. We have a move at the back. We have Ruzia Doe for the pits, and he's on his way out now. Absolute in P14. Croce's in P15. Hubdy P16. We have a battle here with Coco, K-Badman, and Benny are right behind. So this is a close battle on track. We're going to stick with these guys, see how these guys get on. All three are on brand new hard compounds. K-Badman does have DRS on Coco, but he's not close enough to make a move. One of the more favorable spots to try to make a move, just as long as you're not too far back and you make a late break Daniel Ricciardo dive out of it. All right, let's see if Benny can get a good run on it.
Yeah, he goes bad man on Coco now. Not a lot Coco can do at this point. You can only hope. Oh, he's late on the brakes. Goes side by side. Oh, and sends K Badman spinning with a lot of traction and maybe a small
Sector
contact. I don't
1
believe there's any
yellow.
contact, but let's see.
Batman's got a lot of wing damage as well. Dinner's gonna have a move here, I think.
Side. Oh, we have Benny though. Benny's going for a taste of Coco now. Maybe he wants some Coco Pops. Who knows?
Oh my gosh!
I believe Coco is one to hold them. I've wanted to say that for so long.
I have to look too, Enzo.
Back,
right behind the Alfa Romeo of Ulsterstig.
Oh, he goes.
I think Enzo might have Ulsterstig here in just a moment. Using DRS, he should get around him quite easily. It's right on the gearbox. We have Sector 2 yellow. What has happened to Batman?
I don't believe there's nothing out.
Oh, Harrison swap positions. No, Hamp dives for pits. So he's going to dive beforehand. Here goes Enzo on Ulsterstig. Is he going to get close enough? He is. Inside line. Coming down to turn 1, holding on. Enzo gets around him. Job well done. Clean move. I think Ulsterstig kind of just let him have that position. I think Ulsterstig is kind of running his own race.
But now under pressure by Raisin now. Raisin's all here for you. It says, hey, who did that move to?
And he was not able to secure a move on Coco. K-Batman has retired.
K-Batman's gone.
Has he wrecked out? He has.
He's...
Oh, right on track. Virtual safety car.
I think he lost it. He went into the pit and he overdone it and went right to the wall.
We have a virtual safety car. Not a full course safety car. I don't know. I think that would have been warranted for a safety car if that was, actual real F1 where he was sitting on the track. So we only have a virtual safety car out of that. Schuf gets a 3-second for corner cutting. Under safety car conditions.
Get a telling off for speeding under the toll.
Anybody else relatively close? It seems like a lot of guys have backed off. Ulsterstig is sandwiched in between those two McLarens. He's going to make a dive now for the pits. He's going to get a free pit stop out of this, actually. As long as it stays.
It doesn't start up.
Oh, no. As soon as you chive. To be honest, though, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
I would have done the exact same thing. But that's going to allow Camp through.
14
Raisin gets a 3-second time penalty.
Really? I was watching him. That's how strict it is these days.
Looks like Stig is going to come out just behind Schuf for a P10 position to battle with those medium compounds going to the end. He's going to have about 14 laps of those tires. Amp's already put 1 lap on his. Raisin's still behind his teammate. It's out guys Harrison. Harrison's now 8 seconds off of Anton. Anton has put his throttle down this evening. He said he wants this race. After the bad luck he's had the last 2 weekends, I think it's warranted that you can see he's had enough of his bad luck and he's going to go for it.
We do have Coco and Benny still together.
Jaguar wants me to show the 2 McLarens battling out. These guys have gone wheel to wheel pretty much the entire race. Can Raisin get a move on Enzo this time around? He gets a good run out of there. Diaz should open. He's going to pull close. Enzo's going to allow him the inside line for the turn. Ooh, Raisin pulls back to the braking or the racing line. But I think Enzo was...
Coco really run at the last corner. DRS activated.
He's going to go across Benny.
Benny cannot do a lot more than that. You have to wait for DRS in his turn. We could see a lot of switches between these two for us the race. He seems to be equally paced tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
A bit of a mistake.
Ooh.
Benny goes, ooh. Benny's still there. Benny does not want to give up.
I'm going to say something. I think Coco's improved dramatically throughout this short season. Had a bit of bad luck at the end of our full season last season. Came into this season had a bit of bad luck at the beginning, but I mean, the last couple of races have super turned it around. We have Stig now catching Schuf. Ruzia has third dinner just behind him, giving these guys a bit more screen time. These two McLarens will not leave each other alone this evening.
The Prost and Senador, as I say, these are. Two Alpha drivers in one team.
Is Enzo going to get a
team
run?
Orders are allowed.
You can see that Enzo's running a little bit more downforce than Racing because he can't, like when he gets the DRS, he still can't pull close. Like he'll pull close here and get closer during the turns, but on the straight line speed, you can tell Racing's running a lot less downforce. And that's this track too. I mean, some people prefer the grip in the corners for the pace, but some people prefer the straight line speed because that is one of the more favorable places to make a pass. And if you're not running,
Also taking Schuf.
Oh, bit of touch! I heard it.
Side by side to this. Oh, this is going to be terrible.
Up the hill, Stig. I think backed out of it.
Schuf is on the. Yeah.
I think Stig's like, no.
Third dinner on a rose, yeah. Third dinner. Same place.
And third dinner have a run on Aruzia. Not just yet. He's going to hold back behind him.
Oh, he's ooh, third dinner. Be careful when you go into that grass. That is a lethal area.
Ooh, Stig gets a lot of that grass.
Anton, another fastest lap of the race.
On an 8-lap Old Hard compound as well. I'm just going to point that out.
He's got the clean air. He can do what he wants until he pushes too hard, and makes it to regret.
And Stig get a good run on. Coco and Benny are still battling it out as well.
Oh, Benny had a bad exit there.
He's lost a lot.
He's lost the DRS. He's got this now. If he can hold on to these corners.
Let's see if Stig can get a run on Schuf here.
I think Coco, Ben and Benny had the same situation as a lot of drivers. Coco has the corner speed, but Benny definitely has the straight line because Benny just brought back 1.4 second gap down to 1.3 without DRS. 1.2, should I say. Now down to our 1 second.
That's the same with Stig too. Jeez, I'm watching on board with Stig, and the first couple of corners, he's just picked up the back of Schuf's Red Bull like nothing. Can he get closer?
This is a long race.
It's right on board with also Stig for a bit. Up. Easy not to get too much. Anton doesn't know.
Another fastest lap.
He's just having a ball today. Oh, so Stig gets close enough. DRS was open. Right on the gearbox now of that Red Bull.
Enzo. No, McLaren's too spaced. I think they're just chilling out for a bit, even though Enzo is pushing them straight.
It'll be interesting to see if Tomo can get closer to Harrison. Benny has gotten himself a little closer to Coco this time around. DRS will be open for him. Can he get a move on Coco? I think he's still a little too far.
Benny has that straight line speed.
He's a little too far back, I think.
Don't do what I did. Do not go for a late run.
Yeah, he doesn't. These pulls, he stays behind. Stig gets around Schuf though. I just missed it.
Goes. Oh, into it again. He's got full throttle now. He knows full throttle. No need to left off now. I don't think switching's enough now. You have to wait for another straight.
Oh, Stig goes really wide.
Deep. Don't get that grass, you'll go.
Dinner and Aruzia riding with these guys for a bit, giving them a bit of screen time.
Ooh, Coco and Benny nearly going into each other. Coco locks up, Benny goes deep. Schuf. Oh, Stig's got past Schuf.
Yeah, Stig got back to Schuf. I just
missed that completely.
Yeah, he did it on the start-finish line of this lap, actually. Now he has his sights set on Benny and Coco. Can he get that 3.7 second gap down? Down 3.6.
Well, if Coco and Benny are fighting like they are, he could have a good chance.
Could get himself up to P7. I haven't really seen too many time penalties either. I've seen a couple of 3 seconds here and there, but these guys are keeping that.
Around for you, mate.
Keep it super clean, yeah.
We have Enzo's had a 3 second. Hammock's at a 3-second, along with Shoof. Shoof's also had a 5-second for speeding, 3-second for Benny, 3-second for Shoof, 3-second for Raisin, and that's it. So McLaren's, I believe, both have a 3. Hammock has a 3, Benny has a 3 from memory. Shoof has some penalties, so he's going to have to make some gap between his drivers. Other than that, I think everyone else is running clean. There's a lot of warnings, by the way. I didn't mention all the warnings. That's a lot of them.
I'm sure there's a couple in there for my man also Stick as well. So Enzo's still right behind his teammate, and these guys trying everything they can. And Anton sets yet another fast lap on 11.
I say this though, I do feel Tomo is matching or maybe gaining the small times on Harrison. Until Harrison makes a small mistake, I think Tomo's going to be there to pick up the pieces because he's not letting go, he's keeping the pace. However, they have just gone, I believe they've just gone through a ghosting car of, I'd assume, third dimmer. That could open up some DRS for Tomo here. It could try to get down even more for Harrison. Harrison's already through. Harrison could actually be struggling as soon if Tomo gets that DRS.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Jump on board Benny. He's got a really good run on Coco.
Yep.
I think he might just have him this time.
In or out? Honestly,
he's going to go for the inside. He's going to make the light break. Is he going to make it? No, just didn't have enough.
Oh, very clean though.
Oh, he's going to have a switchback there move.
Switchback again.
Is it going to work? No, he's right in the gearbox of Coco. Goes a bit wide.
Inside. Can you switch to the inside?
No. I think he's going to hold. Coco had that line.
Go for the inside again.
Oh, Coco's gone a bit wide now.
He's got the traction. Go for a switchback again. Oh, the switchbacks are everywhere.
Oh, he's going to make... No. I think he's going to back off. Yeah, there's no way. I would have backed off too. There's no way I'd go side by side up this hill. There's no room.
Tomo can see the back of Harrison now much clearer. He can even read the badges on the rear wing.
1.4 seconds between Tomo and Harrison. However, Ulster Stig now only 3 seconds behind these guys. 2 laps ago, it was 3.6 seconds. Now it's 3 seconds. He is starting to catch them. So, like you said, these two battling it out on track is kind of opening that position up for Ulster Stig, who might come in and sneak one. He does have Shoof still behind him, though. Can Benny get a good run this time around? I think he's a little bit closer this time around as well.
If the outside move, this could go well because he can't get around.
Switch for the inside, here we go.
Benny's got a good exit out here every time. I think not quite. He sees a good slipstream here, but I don't think there's enough straight left.
Is he going to think about it? I thought he was going to think about it. So Stig's losing just a bit more time. Sector 1 yellow. What's happened to third dinner? I think he's lost control of his Williams car just a bit. Sitting now on P13, that's allowed Absolute to go through. Aruzi's doing really well this evening in P11 as well. We'll give him a good shout out. But Hamp right now making it stick with a grid spot penalty. He's up to P6 in this race. But I don't know if Ulsterstig makes this move happen and he finishes this race P7. I'm not playing favorites. I think he's going to be an early candidate for driver of the day.
Tomo did a very good last sector. He beat his last sector by over a 10. This could be it. Has Harrison burnt out, or is Tomo...
Benny gets a really good run on Coco this time.
Tomo has run out of areas.
Benny's right behind Coco.
Yeah,
this should be move done.
He can do this.
On the outside, he's going to go in turn 1. I think Coco's going to pull right back behind him. He does. There we go. Benny's up to P7. Stig, though, 2.4 seconds now behind Coco. How about the guys at the top? Tomo is trying to catch Harrison as best as he can. 1.2 seconds of gap. No DRS yet. You have to be within a second of the car ahead in the detection zone, which is...
Tomo's always improving at the moment. He's making big gains, but he is running out of DRS here. So is Harrison.
Anybody else super close? We do have Shoof not too far behind. Also Stig. Absolute is catching Aruzia.
Tomo could be within we'll get the DRS, I don't think, because he's missed the... Oh, DRS for when Tomo. Tomo has hit the DRS.
He's going to be right behind Harrison.
He has a straight line speed. Oh, Tomo has the straight line speed set up, I think. And Harrison has the corners. Look at that gap from 1 second down to 0.4, 0.3 now.
Harrison's got to start pushing. He's got a couple laps left. So I will say, I will give it a big shout out. Oh, Coco's not too far off Benny either. Is Coco going to have a run at Benny?
Coco.
I'm going to give a shout out and say that this is where it all went wrong for GP2 on Friday.
Yeah, everyone started getting powers.
Coco goes to the inside. Woo!
And makes it done. Benny won't let that go. Oh, just saw Ultra 6 car getting ever closer.
Schuf gets a 3-second time penalty. Absolute gets around Aruzia. Oh, they're going to battle in the turn one.
Look at Tom. Tom is happy now. Tomo's getting even more and more happy because he's right up against Harrison now.
Let's jump on with Tomo.
Last lap he had the straight line speed on him. Harrison is going to be begging he can just hold on to this for the next 4 laps.
I will say, this has been an absolute good race. I typically hate this track, so when I have to stream it, I'm like, yeah, here's Spain, but this has been a really good race. Tomo does have DRS. He's going to make a move on Harrison this time around. Harrison puts his car right in the middle of the track. Oh, Harrison might have made his car wide enough this time around. No, Tomo had a run on the outside.
Tomo's got the run. He's got the good full throttle line. A bit wide along with Harrison. Not quite.
This is allowing Raisin to catch these two as well now. Raisin's only 1.6 seconds back. Stig is 1.6 behind Benny as well.
Harrison's, the McLarens is split up. They've had an argument. They've had to have some time apart. Tomo all over that Mercedes. And Raisin can see this and he's thinking, oh, jump in this action. Give him the P2 out this race.
Can Raisin pull the gap down between these two for fighting? It might boast. Benny gets around. Coco and Benny are still fighting. And however, oh, that was close. That is helping Stig catch these guys. He's running out of laps though, so he's got to catch these guys as quick as possible.
Anton, another fastest lap. What on earth?
I think I know it. Oh, Harrison gets really loose in the back end. Tomo might have him here.
DRS, I think. Raisin's got DRS.
Raisin's got DRS as well. That's Harrison's championship rival right behind him now. It's Tomo. Oh, Ruzia's left. Can you send Ruzia a vote or invite? Now Harrison, the pressure is on for this driver. His rival's just behind him too, and he's trying to keep up with Tomo. He goes really wide. This is going to be a dynamite finish to the end here between these three, I think. All Harrison really needs to do is just keep his cool, keep the tires low on those, the temperature on those tires a little bit low. He's got to keep
Coco
behind.
And Benny change once again.
Coco and Benny going at it again.
Once again, Benny's having a good run out of the course.
Stig running on board Stig. He's starting to catch him. Can he get him up this hill? Schuf is about 1.3 seconds back. Oh, Stig is catching these guys ever so quickly. These two
battling. Bold prediction. I want to say Enzo will make a P2. I reckon he'll be in the battle by the last lap at least. These guys are going to be battling for a while now. He'll have a chance to bring in it.
The Raisin's right behind Harrison here. They're all going to go down the start-finish line. Tomo leading this pack. Harrison now has DRS on Tomo. Can Harrison get a run on Tomo this time around? Raisin's flying.
Raisin's got some speed.
He's thinking about making the dive. Oh, easy on the brakes.
I don't know about Enzo now. I think he was still losing that DRS.
Well, Harrison goes a bit wide. He's got Raisin right behind him. Raisin was thinking about it. As a driver, I saw that the gap was there, but it definitely closed a little bit too quickly. Harrison right behind Tomo. Can Harrison get this pass done? He needs to. Coco and Benny still fighting it out. And now Stig is right there. Those two have probably changed positions at least 5 times in this race so far. That's
is
a
a
lot of
recreate
shoot
of
to catch
Brazil
up.
with Leclerc
So we have
and
a battle
Albon.
for P7 with 4 drivers, and we have a battle for
Harrison nearly going to Tomo there.
for P2 with 3 drivers. Enzo's not too far off if anything happens. Anton sets
And
another
again,
fast
oh my
lap.
goodness
He's
gracious.
just boasting now.
I think we've got a driver of the day right here.
I don't know. If Stig can make this move to get himself into P7 from P16 on the grid,
Stig's there.
so yeah, to
Stig is there.
P7 would be a big
I
move.
missed that.
Here goes
I
Harrison.
do
He's going to make a
apologise.
move on Tomo. Tomo pulls to the inside of the track.
Harrison wants his P2 back.
Is he going to get it?
I don't think Tomo's not
Tomo's going to...
No, he's not.
Ooh!
Ooh!
Harrison makes a move.
This is fun.
Oh, Tomo! Tomo
then
used that reset the track.
Enzo, my prediction came true. Enzo is through.
Ooh, that would be a little interesting to see.
Small taps. I'll take a record of that. I think I may have caught it just from a bird's eye view.
So racing now P5. Harrison P2, 17 seconds behind our leader this evening. So I think
look who's done well on his strategy from the hard start.
Oh, Stig! Stig's going to have a move with Benny here.
Hamlet's done quite well. He's done some P6 after his hard stint. He's done a very good job there. Hey, do you know who we're missing? Look who's behind them lot. The Shoof's lot.
Oh yeah, I'm watching this battle between Benny and Stig, and Schoof is now caught up. This is going to be a battle to the end, I feel. Enzo 4 seconds behind Harrison. Tomo's 1.2. Oh, Schoof is right behind him. Let's ride on board with Schoof.
This is going to be we on the last lap?
I think we are. I think Anton just crossed the line for the last lap.
So one more lap for these. The battle for P7 is, other than P4 or P3, the last battle on track we'll see, because we've got one more lap for this.
I'm going to ride on board with Schoof as we go down this final run on the start-finish line. Harrison has DRS, or not Harrison, Stig has DRS, Schoof has DRS, Benny has DRS, Coco does not. They're all
spaced out.
They're all pushing for P7. Hamp has had a very quiet, clean race to get himself back up. We're going to jump with this man, though, who's pretty much just dominated this race. Fastest lap after fastest lap on those hard compounds. Few corners to navigate here, and he's going to cross the line P1 after 2 weeks of some terrible bad luck. He's going to cross the line and finish this Spanish Grand Prix, crashing his car out in P1 and in style. That's going to be kind of a
Harrison coming along now.
Pricey fix for that Ferrari team, Tom. Harrison's going to cross the line in P2. Enzo sneaks in for a P3. Tomo gets him.
Tomo takes P3.
Enzo falls P4. Here comes Raisin. In the final lap, stays P5. Hamp is going to cross the line in P6. Here comes Coco with Benny. These guys fighting it out all race long. Who's going to cross the line? Will they cross and change position for penalties? But here comes Coco. He's going to cross the line P7, P8. They stay the same. Stig goes up to P8. Benny drops to P9. Schoof goes to P10. Absolute is going to cross the line in P11.
Raisin has comes in P12.
Boom, there you go. What a race.
I've sent the
Alright, yeah, if you can get Harrison, Anton, and Enzo into this. No, Tomo, actually. There you have it, Anton on that top step for the podium celebration, followed by Harrison in P2 and Tomo P3. So we have a Ferrari, we have a Mercedes, and a Toro Rosso.
Oh, so close to my prediction, soon in McLaren.
We can give you guys a final rundown of the finishing order, and then we'll be on to the podium interviews.
I don't seem to be joining, but just so you know.
Anton finishes this race P1, Harrison P2, and Tomo round out your podium this evening. Following down the order, we have Enzo P4, Raisin P5, Hamp 6th, 7th is Coco, Stig 8th, Benny 9th, Absolute is in 10th, Shoof 11th, Rusi at 12th, and Dinner is in 13th, Croce 14th, Hubdi in 15th, and unfortunately we did lose out Kate Badman early in this race. That will do it for your finishing order. We're gonna jump on board with podium interviews.
Got them in.
All right. Let's look through. Who do we have? We have everybody here. All right. This is gonna be quite a interesting. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with P3. Tomo, you had quite a battle on your hands the entire race with Harrison, back and forth. You guys switched positions quite a bit. You guys, unfortunately, I think we're battling so much the entire race that Anton just said, all right, I'll take this. I'll see you guys later. But a little bit of an interesting bit at the very end. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, well, I wasn't feeling at all confident because I thought I was terrible at this track, but it turns out I was better than I thought, which is good. So P3, which was a good qualifying position. I was keeping up with Antoine, and then Harrison came down the inside. Obviously, we started battling, so we lost out. And then, as you said, he said goodbye to that. And then pit stops, got stuck behind some slower cars, which was a bit annoying. So I was 2 seconds behind, but managed to catch up. And then we were just battling. And then, yeah, unfortunately, what happened. I'm sure the stewards will have a look at it.
You can't take anything away from that. That was one heck of a drive. I'll toss it over to Tom.
No, just a very good drive, mate. You've earned it.
All right, we're going to move on to the man who is leading this championship. Harrison, how much were you sweating knowing that you had Tomo right there? And then right behind Tomo, and for a little while, right behind you, Raisin was looking for a move. Right behind you, the championship standings as well. So I'm just going to ask you just to talk us through your race, because I'm sure you're probably exhausted.
I am exhausted. I'm sweating bucket loads right now. My quality, I wasn't expecting P2, but when Stig, who was in the party with, said that a bunch of them validated to give me P2, from the start, I got wheel spin on the start, which Tomo got past. I managed to keep the McLarens behind, and then just whipped myself closer to Tomo. Managed to get past before the pit stops. My pit stop got out in front of traffic, but they got stuck in traffic, which kind of helped me get a gap before Tomo caught me back up. And I ran out of hers, so he managed to get past me with a bad exit on the final corner. So I'd saved my hers and managed to get back past them, but on the inside there I did leave room for him, so I don't know what happened there. And that's it, basically.
Congratulations. Anything that's clip-worthy, we'll just make sure that stays with the stewards. Nothing to do with the stream as meantime. Tom, do you have anything to add to Mr. Harrison?
No, just again, very good drive. You nearly made my prediction true, but very well done, mate.
What was your prediction?
It was a Ferrari, a Mercedes, and a McLaren. Tomo, I believe, beat each other. Tomo, what didn't you get a penalty for?
All right, we're gonna move this train on to the man who pretty much dominated this race this evening. Anton, I know you're here. Congratulations. Bit of a bad luck from the, I think it was Monaco Grand Prix, followed by the Britain Grand Prix, but you put that behind you, and tonight you showed up and you just basically, fastest lap after fastest lap on worn hard tires, just dominated. So, I mean, talk us through the race, because I probably was a bit boring for you after a while, just sailing off into the wind.
Yeah, boring not really after the first 10, because it was pretty close between Tomo and Harrison at the beginning of the medium stint, and then it was pretty. I just wanted to keep 1.5 and 2.5 seconds in order to not overheat the medium tire. And then when they were battling, I just decided to push and to create approximately 4-second gap before the pit stop. I didn't want to be held in the pits, so that's why I pit one lap after all those guys. And then on the hard, I was pretty happy about my pace. And yeah, that's the win. And congrats to Harrison and Tomo for the podium.
I'm going to pass it over to your teammate. Tom, do you have anything to add to your Ferrari teammate this evening?
Well done, mate. Getting the points back in like you should do.
Cheers, mate.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to send us off. Next week, we will see you guys at the Belgian Grand Prix located in Spa. That is going to be one heck of a race. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the viewers, thank you so much for joining us. Tom, thank you for lending me a hand in the comms booth this evening. One final congratulations to the top 3 in the podium this evening, guys. We will see you next week. Hopefully we can talk to you next week and your luck carries over into the Belgian Grand Prix. But until then, we're going to sign off. We'll see you guys soon. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. Enjoy your week, and we are signing out. Good night.